Hello everybody, Sambone here with another In Defense of Bad Movies Minisode. You know what we do in these minisodes? We talk about the, maybe briefly mention the last movie, which was, once again, Sucker Punch. Again, special thanks to Leah Tansey for defending that, and I guess special thanks to those two interlopers, Ronnie and Jesse, who were there to be guest defensive. And they did not like the movie, but you don't need to recap. So again, yeah, thanks. What else? I guess that's about it for that. Let's talk about the next movie we're going to do, which is 1977's Disney movie, Pete's Dragon. As you may or may not know, there is a new Pete's Dragon, a remake, which I was thinking about this the other day, in that the original Pete's Dragon was that marriage of live action and animation, which you think this, you think Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Cool World, but really if you think about it, pretty much every action movie now is the combination of those, because all CGI is animation. So it has become the norm, in fact. But that's neither here nor there. So join us in 2 weeks, my friends. You're sure to get a smile as my wife and co-host Loren Bowen defends 1977's the original Pete's Dragon. It's not good. Anyway, the other thing we like to do here is we do themes like old times. So let's do it now. Hey everybody, Sam Bowen here with my co-host Loren Bowen.
Hi there.
Hello Loren, with another episode of Themes Like Old Times. Now, today, we are going to be discussing, this is a bit of a controversial one for us. Because so far, we've liked all the shows we've talked about, and all the themes. Today, we're going to be doing that show that everyone's mother enjoys for some reason. Actually, even contemporaries of ours who you'd think would be hip, like this show.
We are sorely in the minority on this one, is what I feel like culturally. And that's so confusing to me.
It is The Big Bang Theory. That it is bafflingly popular. I was thinking about it today, and my mom has made this comment that, it just hits too close to home, because I tend to be a nerd. And Lauren, it's true.
What?
And Lauren, you have your nerdy tendencies.
Well, this is a mummer's farce.
You're...
Expelliarmus, my good man.
I thought I silenced you.
You can never silence me.
Not you.
How dare you even try? It'll be your candle on the water.
You have been watching entirely too much Game of Thrones and listening to.
Fair enough.
With your mummer's farce. Anyway, but I'm going to poke a big hole in her argument, because I've recently started watching Silicon Valley, which is also about nerds who are they're like I said, nerds. They're socially inept. They're something that in many ways they are that which I am similar to. I'm not as smart as them by any means, but I'm not as smart as the Big Bang Theory guys also. And yet I like this show. It is something that, like, I wouldn't want to be construed or viewed the way these people are. Mm-hmm. So it's not hitting too close to home. It's just that Big Bang Theory is not a good show. Yes. Silicon Valley, very good. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
only 3 episodes in, but I'm enjoying it very much.
And that's a funny point. I never thought to equate the two shows, but yeah, it's sort of the depiction of the not quite functioning nerd. Yeah. And
there's definitely different arcs, but there's similarities between the two. Mm-hmm. But so you don't like Big Bang Theory?
I do not, and I've tried. I've given it good chances, and it feels to me like a comedy, a Chuck Lorre comedy, so not the style I enjoy.
Already broad.
Not written by nerds, but phonetically. They got a book about nerds and constructed jokes around it without really understanding what the joke means.
And also, I don't think they have respect for the nerds that they're supposedly lampooning. Whereas I think your what's his name? Who I just mentioned him, the Silicon Valley guy, Mike Judge.
Oh, Mike Judge.
Your Mike Judge does. Mm-hmm. Those writers do. You look at your Futurama, which has PhD, Harvard grads on the staff, and they appreciate the nerds and understand the nerds. And in fact, I was just watching an episode of Futurama the other day where they go to Comic-Con and they portray these nerds in kind of a negative light. And guess what? Still laughed. Still was very funny. So take that,
And
Mom.
that's really fundamentally it. It's not at all the commentary on us. It's just not funny.
Exactly. But the theme song.
Yeah.
By the Bare Naked Ladies.
So conflicting for me.
I'm going to go on record. Oh, I forgot to say my bona fides about this, like trying to watch the show.
Oh, your bona fides.
I watched the first 2+ seasons, trying to, because I was going to be trying to write a spec script about the show. So I had to know the show, and I tried, and I just did not care for it.
Yeah, me too. I did do, like, definitely the first season, and then have periodically gone back in. All right, maybe it's better now. No, I've had a genuine laugh once.
Yeah, that's fair. I've had a few, I'm sure. You know, it's hard to watch 2 seasons of something and not at least somewhat get into their vein.
You're right. It was hard to watch 2 seasons of this.
It was. And I'm going to say, I liked the theme song from the start.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's the Bare Naked Ladies.
It is. And it's nerd rock.
It is nerd rock. It's clever and nerdy and science-y. And with all the delightful, upbeat nostalgia of the mid-90s.
I wonder if the Bare Naked Ladies can separate their getting a paycheck from this show and the show itself and actually enjoy the show.
Oh, they're so nice. I bet they like the show.
Oh,
they're Canadian. It's polite for them to like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great show, eh? So let's talk about that theme. It is written and performed by the Bare Naked Ladies. Did a little research. I guess the show creators, the Big Bang Theory show creators, Chuck Lorre and Bill Prady, were at a concert of the Bare Naked Ladies, and they kind of improvised this song.
They improvised it?
That's what, according to the thing I read. But the thing I read also said, like, that they went to him and said, "Hey, we need to encompass everything that happened in the universe in 15 seconds, so go." So I don't know if they heard something like that in the concert and it was kind of what they wanted, and then I don't know. The article wasn't specific, but anyway, they did. Ed Robertson, lead singer of the Bare Naked Ladies, he did I guess that what to him was a demo track, an acoustic version, and sent it to Chuck Lorre, and Lorre's all, "I love it, it's perfect." And then Ed Robertson went back to his band and said, "No, we're not going to do things. I'm not going to put this out without my guys." So they re-recorded it, and Chuck Lorre was like, "Even better." Which I have a feeling that's how his scripts go. He does a half-assed, crappy-ass Big Bang Theory script, and he's all, "Good enough, let's take it to film." And other people in the writing room are like, "Don't you think we want to do a second pass of it?" And he goes, "No, it's perfect."
No, it sounds like he's easily swayed. Like someone, you get a raise if you're like, "What if Sheldon said Bazinga one more time?" Ooh. Excellent, let's do that. You get a car.
I was listening to another podcast, The Flophouse, and there's this thing where people send in, it's basically advertising on the show. And one of the guys will read the advertisements, and Elliot, one of the guys in the group, his advertisement had the word Bazinga in it, and he was upset because he hates that word because he does not like the show. And anyway, I was amused and could totally feel his pain because now we have to talk about Bazinga.
Bazinga.
Bazinga sounds like the singular form of a derogatory term or just a slang term for women's breasts. She's got some great bazingas.
Well, thank you. Are you checking out my bazingas, sir?
I was trying not to. Why? Are you into me checking out your bazingas?
You want to touch one of my bazingas?
Do I? We'll get to that later. But first, more about the theme song. Do we want to watch it real quick, Loren, you and I?
Yeah, and the opening bit is good too, except for the part when they start, showing photos of the actors.
Yeah.
But the mash of images encompassing the full of human existence.
Yeah, I agree. It's
entertaining.
Fun. It's fun. So now we're going to watch it. We've got some space stuff.
Intimidating.
The bottom of the screen shows as we're going through time. That's pretty cool.
It's like Cosmos in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I miss Neil deGrasse, though.
A lot of cool images. Maybe one day, if we had more time, we could freeze frame all these things. I saw Martin Luther King Jr., saw little what's his name? FDR.
FDR, JFK, what else do I have to say? That's sort of what it reminds me of toward the end.
I think our minds are wandering right now because we got through all that fun stuff and now we're too close to the show.
Now it's just on the actors, and that's unfortunate.
And actually, I think the part of the song we're covering is long since over. This is some sort of elongated version of the show. And you know what else is frustrating, too? There are talented people on this show. Talented actors.
I don't want to take anything away from all of them. I mean, they can be funny, just not in this context.
Exactly.
And I hate that they use the same set for the stairwell. And they will, walk up one flight of stairs, then reset, go back to the beginning, and we're on the next level. It feels like it's supposed to be, that's a clever saving of space. But no, it just feels like they feel how smart they are every time they do it. Besides that, there's always an awkward break in the conversation that you feel like the energy has set back to zero. But it always feels like a wink, look at us, we're so smart.
I think...
You don't need to keep that part. I just want to say it, because I hate that part.
It's fair. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's been a while, but I don't know that I've hated it as much as you. And I don't know why.
It just always rubbed me. Among the many things to dislike, it's then you're nitpicking, but that is something I've always disliked.
I think it's because you hate the show.
Yeah,
and
I'd forgive it on How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, you'd forgive.
But How I Met Your Mother would never do anything so hackneyed. Not that Pam Fryman.
I don't. Well,
she'd never deep fry it like that.
They might not, but I'm going to put it out there that if they did something like that, you would be on a show that you
would be more forgiving.
So more forgiving. So it's just the already distaste for the show, and you're doing something that you are in on the joke on. Therefore, I don't like you doing it.
Right? It feels so. I don't know. Like they're patting themselves on the back as they're fake walking up those stairs.
I may not mind it. I know that there've been a few times where they have called attention to it, and. I don't know, it's amusing enough. Although I did read somewhere, here are all these physicists and really smart guys, a mechanic guy, and they can't do something about fixing the elevator? Come on. Anyway.
Are they mechanics? I mean, you have to be licensed to do that.
Not mechanic, but they have mechanical skills.
Yeah, they understand physics.
I know Wolowitz is the one they always make fun of, because he's an engineer. Because he's a lowly engineer when they're physicists.
He's an engineer?
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised by that. Not engineer is lowly, but yes, I've always assumed he was.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
No, there's this hierarchy in their lame nerd culture. Can you read this from here?
Because if your stuff is practical, if your science is practical as opposed to theoretical physics.
Yeah, you're looked down upon.
I will scoot over to read it. Okay. This is going to be awkward without the melody.
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Our whole universe was in a hot, dense state that nearly 14 billion years ago expansion started. Wait! The Earth began to cool, the autotrophs began to cool, the Neanderthals... Oh, this is not going to work.
Neanderthals developed tools, we built a wall,
we built the pyramids, math, science, history, unraveling the mystery. It all started with the Big Bang. Bang! Do you want to try it again?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's autotropes.
Autotrophs,
it says, but I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Our whole universe was in a hot, dense state that nearly 14 billion years ago expansion started. Wait! The Earth began to cool, the autotrophs began to drool, Neanderthals developed tools, we built the wall, we built the pyramids, math, science, history, unraveling the mystery. It all started with the Big Bang. Bang!
It's fun! Oh, who doesn't love the Bare Naked Ladies? My gosh, they were... I mean, I'm no, surprise, very white, but they were totally my jam in high school.
1 Week is a great song.
1 Week is amazing.
There's some other good ones too. I don't mean to be throwing out their big hit.
Stunt's a good album.
There are more lyrics, and I invite you to look them up because it's still nerdy good.
It's a proper song, and these guys are clever.
But we just do the theme song.
That's right.
So we just do what's covered on the show.
We want to tell you, but we just can't.
There may be an elongated version out there somewhere. We don't know.
Frankly, we don't want to know.
We don't care. Just like single people eating crackers. So anyway, join us in another 4 weeks for another episode of Themes Like Old Times.
Bye, everyone.
Our whole universe was in a hot, dense state that nearly 14 billion years ago expansion started. Wait, the Earth began to cool, the autotrophs began to drool, Neanderthals developed tools, we built a wall, we built the pyramids, math, science, history, unraveling the mystery that all started with a Big Bang.
Thanks, Sam and Loren. Back to Sam. And just reminding you to join us in 2 weeks for another episode of In Defense of Bad Movies as Loren defends, for some reason, Pete's Dragon. Goodbye, everybody.